Hello, it's Shane from Consecration, the bass player, and as you can see, I'm rocking the lockdown do, which I'll resolve shortly, because even with a beauty filler, I look ridiculous. I shall be right back. I'm back, looking like a rip-off Eddie Hall, as Liam will probably tell you, or P-Jack or Gunjack from Tekken. Again, a rip-off, because I don't have the physique of either. Okay, so I've got to talk to you about Consecration's bass stuff. I didn't really think anyone would be interested in it, but I'll talk about it anyway, and yeah, see what you think. So, bass. I started playing bass for a rock band ages and ages ago with a bass. I don't remember the make. I remember it was green, and it wasn't mine, and it was horrible, and it was very, very clunky. I joined this rock band because I was big. That was the reason. Apparently I would look good with a bass guitar, thus I was recruited to play bass for a band. The song I had to play was 4 notes in repetition, in like a little square, just over and over and over and over again for about 4 minutes. And that started my exciting and ambitious career into playing bass guitar. That didn't last too long. I went on to doing vocals for a band for a while, and then had the idea to start Consecration. And I thought, hang on a minute, it's a doom band. I'm probably going to be playing 2 notes, so I'm sure I can play bass for that. So yeah, so I did. I formed Consecration, and I became the bass player. So in the early days, when we first started out, I was using Jordan Grant's Aria Pro 2. I think it was. Like a sandy coloured piece. There'll be a photo somewhere. A really nice piece of kit. I remember it being very light. It had a cool sound. It was fun to play. Didn't play it for too long. Moved on to my next bass guitar, which became my staple. That was the Warwick rock bass, the Vampire. My goodness, what a bass! It was incredible. It was so heavy. I think it probably weighed about 7.5 metric tons. It was so heavy, but the sound it produced was incredible. Even now, I don't use it now, but even now, compared to kit that I use, the power from that bass, it's astounding. I never ever managed to play that bass fully turned, with the presence turned up beyond like 3 o'clock, because everyone in the room starts getting a bit of a rumble in their tummy, and brown note, and everyone just poos their pants. Yeah, that bass, loved it. Recorded Ephemerality with it, recorded for Gillian with it. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Had it for years and years and years. Still got it. Don't have it with me at the moment because the lockdown. I've only got a little bit in my kit, which I'll show you towards the end. And that's my current kit, if you like. I did have a little flirt with an Ibanez for a little while. It was a 5-string red Ibanez. I think it was I want to say 525, maybe a 525. Really nice, actually. Really nice. It didn't come anywhere near as powerful as the Vampire. It may well be because it's broken, in fact, I think it's still broken. So I may not really give it a fair chance. I think it may actually be broken, which is why it didn't have the same power as the Vampire. Nevertheless, yeah, the Vampire, it looked amazing. It sounded amazing. It was a big bass, and yeah, I just love playing it. I love slinging it around. I don't like carrying it to and from gigs because it's horribly heavy, but I love playing it. Yeah, then the red Ibanez, little flirt with that. It was a 5-string. That was my first little go with a 5-string. It gave me a bit more range, I guess, playing Consecration stuff. I could play bits I hadn't played before and have a little twiddly on the higher stuff, which was quite nice. And then that brings us up to what I use now. Sticking with Warwick, it's a Warwick Corvette, and then the $2 signs. So a Warwick Corvette $, maybe? I don't really know what you want to call it. Either way, I bought it off some dude. £800, absolute steal. Beautiful bass guitar. Again, may not quite have the same huge wallop that the Vampire had, but it's a much more refined instrument. It's got a lot more range. You know, you don't always need that massive wallop that the Vampire gave. It was incredibly hard to tame that bass guitar. You couldn't really reel it back, whereas this one, you can kind of rein it back a little bit if you need to, or of course, you can give the guitarist a run for the money and really, really whack it out there. I'll give you a quick tour of the kit. There's not a lot to look at. Yeah, I'll come back shortly with the kit. Okay, so a tour of the current kit. We'll start with the guitar itself. So here it be, the Warwick Corvette $, or SS, or however you want to word it. I've actually quarantined the corner of my girlfriend's bedroom for this video, so excuse any echoes. But yes, there she is. Really nice bass guitar. Really nice, very light, incredible range. It really has. You can go, you can have that treble right up and get that clickety click kind of sound that you're looking for, or you can bring in the balls and go for some mega softness, some real warmth. This thing seems to do it all. Like I say, I got it second hand, £800. The pickups are a little bit corroded there. There's a tiny little bit of damage on the actual bass, but it's nothing serious. And to be fair, I quite like the character that it brings. So yeah, there she is. There's that piece. And now we're going to whiz round. There's my PC. That's not used for anything. However, here is my strap. So all the years of playing the incredibly heavy Vampire has clearly taken a toll, and I'm essentially now an arthritic cripple. So my wonderful girlfriend brought me this nice squidgy strap, which is again really awesome piece of kit. Very comfortable. You can keep the bass on for 3 or 4 hours at rehearsals, and the only thing I tend to get is a bit of a sweat patch. But let's be honest, when you're as athletic as me, the sweat patch isn't a problem. Right, the case. Again, very hard to show you all of it because I'm holding a phone. There we go. So there's the case. Brand is Tiger. This is a present from the lovely lady. She got it off Amazon. Really good. Again, lots of space for everything. I can carry pretty much my entire gig and setup in one case. I slot the old head unit in the front here. Some cables, and we're pretty much good to go. Yeah, really cool bit here. And then swinging around here to the chair. So, a boost pedal. I didn't use a boost pedal for, well, anything live for a long while. And it wasn't really until, well, maybe until Andy really joined, and I started really experimenting with the bass sounds, especially when I got the Corvette. And yeah, this piece of kit, the bass driver, really cool. It gives me again a lot of diversity. As you can see, I've got all them little twiddlies twiddled right up. It needs to be done when you're competing with Andy and Liam. To be able to actually hear your guitar, you've got to twiddle everything right up. Tuner, little Korg, really cool. Got it because I like to display, and I'm a geek, and I like pretty displays. And then finally, my old faithful head unit. I've had this for quite a few years now, a G&K, the MB500. Good bit of kit. It's like I said, I've had it for a while. I've had to glue some buttons down because we rehearse so loud that yeah, if there's any limiters or anything on here, it will just freak out. So I've had to glue certain bits down to prevent them from turning on and off. In fact, if anyone has any recommendations for any good head units, yeah, please let us know, because I'll be in the market for one soon. This has let me down a couple of times, not live, thankfully, but at rehearsals it's had a few moments, and yeah, I think it's starting to give up on me. But again, live, absolutely flawless. You can see it's absolutely tiny. It's just like a book, and the amount of sound it puts out, very good indeed. Yeah, that's everything from me. Take care. Bye bye. I almost forgot, sorry, to include my my practice amp. This thing weighs about 6 billion tons. It doesn't really fit in my car, but yeah, this is what we're practicing through during lockdown. The BB Blaster. It's about as big as my shoe, and yeah, I don't know anything about the brand. I bought it off a random for £10 just before lockdown, just to have something to make a little bit of noise at home. So yeah, there you go, the practice lunchbox. You can just about see, huge. Yeah, there you go. Now I am done. Bye.